So let's start with the Bellman-Ford thingamabob. Okay, so this is your setup. Let's see, it's just because I was doing it. So the formula of how you're supposed to approach it is the start plus the edge distance. And I'll explain that further. And what you're returning is false or true, right? And so if you look at the notes, it says BF will return true if there's no negative edge, wait cycle, otherwise false. And you can kind of just like tell from the graph. So if you look at here, so 4, -4 plus -2 plus 3 plus 2, that's a cycle, right? Because there's no like open area, and that sum is going to be less than 0, and that is negative edge weight, so you return false. But let's ignore all of this. If it's just -2, 1, and 4, which is 5 minus 2, which is 3, which is greater than 0, then that is going to be a positive edge weight, so it'll return true. And that'll be like the easier way to tell if you're doing it correct or not. So for this graph, it's going to return false. But let's start from A, and this is going to be your traversal. So when you start at a certain vertex, that starts at 0. So A to B is 3. So the starting is 0 plus 3. So 0 plus 3, which is 3, and that's going to be your new B. And you only update this, the previous key, if it is less than the current value. And so the next thing is B to C, which is -2. So it's 3 plus -2, which is 1. And then the next one is C to D. C to D is 2. So 1 plus 2 is 3. And then C to E is 4. So 1 plus 4 is 5. Let's do C's. And then the next thing is D to A. So D to A is -4. So -4 plus 3. -4 plus 3 is -1. And then the next one is E to B. E to B is 1. So let's do E, which is 5, plus 1. 5 plus 1 is 6. But 3 is less than 6, so we don't update that. And so we just put a cross mark, or it's just, for me, I just use a cross mark. And I forgot to update the previous key for A, so it'll be D because we updated the key, which is less than the current one. And yeah. Okay, so then we start with the new iteration. And you'll keep going. So let's do keep going until, it'll be less than 0, less than, or greater than 0. So the next thing is A to B again. Oops. So A to B is 3, so A is -1 plus 3 is 2. And we don't update anything because, yeah, it is less than, but it's still the same vertex. So next is B to C, which is -2 plus 2, which is 0. And then C to D, which is 2, which is 2. And then C to E, which is 4. So we'll do that. And then D to A, which is -4. So D is negative, or 2 is D. So D is 2. Sorry. 2 minus 4 is -2. So the new value is -2. EB, let's look at EB. EB is 1, but it's 4 plus 1, which is 5. That value is greater than 2, so we don't update it. All right. Next iteration is A to B again. So 3 plus negative 2, which is 1, b to c, which is negative 2, b to c. So 1 minus 2 is negative 1. And then the next one is c to d. C is negative 1 plus 2, which is 1. And then E, which is negative 1 plus 4, which is 3. And you update that because it's less than 4. And then the next one is D to A. D is 1 minus 4, so it's negative 3. And then the next one, E to B, if you look at it, it's 1 plus 3, which is 4. We don't need that because it's bigger than what B already has, which is 1. So we continue the cycle until all of these kind of like confirm your like that it's gonna be a false, or it's going like, how do I explain it? This will confirm your claim of if it's going to be a negative edge weight or a positive edge weight. So next one is A to B. A to B is 3. 3 plus negative 3 is 0. And then B to C, negative 2. D, where's D? C to D, negative 2 to 2, 0. And then E, 4. 0 plus 4. Oh, sorry. 0, it's 4 minus 2, which is 2. And then the next one is D to A again, negative 4, negative 4. And then the next one is E to B. Nope. So let's look at the sums right now. So we negative 4 minus 2 plus 2. That's going to be less than 0. So it's going to return false, which confirms that it is a negative edge weight here. And I kind of don't like crossing out stuff because it just looks messy. But let's say we go back and just focus on this part, right? So negative 3, negative 1, which is negative 4, plus 5, which is a positive number. So that's not going to confirm our findings that this is a negative edge weight. And so we just kept going until there is a negative edge weight, which is 4 in all of this. So that's going to be your answer. And to confirm that, let's look at the professor. So it's DABCC, returning false, and 4, 0, negative 2, 0, and 2. And that's it.